Yesterday, some bright, colorful, and peppy Birds of Prey posters debuted. I think these are supposed to be like the New York Comic Con posters or whatever. And they look really great. But all of them are of Harley Quinn. And it's great that Harley Quinn is going to be the star of this movie and stuff. But I, like many other people, were kind of like, where are the Black Canary and Huntress posters? They're in this movie, right? And at first, I was like, okay, I guess this movie is going to be so focused on Harley Quinn that it might be like where like Huntress and Black Canary are barely in it, or they're glorified cameos. Like they don't even get their own poster. But I was like, okay, I mean, I'm sure they'll be in a little bit, but if they're not good enough for the advertising, I guess it's just, going to be the Harley Quinn show. But then I saw on Twitter, longtime DC fan account, the Flite Cast, posted a tweet that was very insightful and elucidating for me. He said, basically, that, well, they're using Harley Quinn for the marketing to get you into the theater because she's the most prominent character. But a lot of people don't know who Black Canary and Huntress are, so they have to reel you in with Harley Quinn so you can see how awesome the Black Canary and the Huntress are on the screen, right? And then once you're in the movie, you'll see how awesome they are. And then, they'll be elevated thanks to Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is the hook, the reel, the bait. And then when you get to see the movie, you'll see how awesome not only she is, but also the Black Canary and the Huntress. And that got me thinking, maybe that's what Warner Brothers is doing with this advertising. At least I hope it is. I mean, of course, Harley's going to be all over this movie. But I doubt it's going to be... I hope it's not something where, like, she's so dominant that the other birds, it's like they're not even in the movie that much. And so maybe the Flite Cast was on to something. I hope he was. Because it would just be very, like, disheartening to me as a fan of the Black Canary and the Huntress and the Birds of Prey to watch a Birds of Prey movie and they're barely even in it, right? Or, they have to constantly take a back seat for Harley Quinn. Not that I don't like Harley Quinn. But, that's just my hopes, right? So let's get into the posters. The one that I think that is getting the most attention that people like the most is this one with her and the hyena. And yeah, it is cool. I think it has a lot of personality. They all have personality. But this one, I think, Harley and her hyenas are very, iconic. Especially, I think, because of the Injustice video game. Because that's her super move. I think a lot of people are hoping that in the movie she'll use her hyenas as like, assistants to help her when she's beating people up in fight scenes. The same way Halle Berry did in John Wick 3 when she would summon her dogs to attack people that she was fighting. And, in real life, people do use attack dogs. So it's not a stretch, too much of a stretch for Harley to use attack hyenas. She's wearing, in this poster, her gold kind of jumpsuit overalls that we've seen in I think most of the set leak photos. This is the outfit she has on. She's sitting on a couch, another, yellowish, yellow-colored couch with, very brightly colored, rainbow-colored diamonds behind her. It does have, like kind of a, like bright... I think of like kids, elementary school when you would have projects and you would have to cut things out in bright colors and like put them on stuff. That's the vibe I get from this poster. Especially since, Harley has her pigtails and she's very colorful. It does seem like, kids or young people. Although this movie will not be for kids or young people. But that's very much Harley's vibe. There she is, sitting on a bullet that's going through a heart. The imagery this suggests is broken heart or heartbreaker. Although I don't think that means in this context that this movie is going to be about her being a heartbreaker. Or, playing the field. I think it has to do with her breaking up with the Joker, right? And, the subtitle is The Emancipation of Harley Quinn. So I think, the broken heart symbolizes a broken relationship or the end of a relationship or her relationship with Joker. And her, striking out on her own. And, she's sitting on a bullet because, this is an action movie with, violence. So I think a bullet is good imagery. And plus a bullet through the heart, that also is a pretty striking, metaphor and visual. Because any breakup between Harley Quinn and the Joker probably isn't going to be smooth. Next one here is her laying on a police car, broken window, with her mallet. And she's smiling upside down. Crazy and loopy and, dealing with the cops. That's very Harley too. I'm dealing with the police officers. I'm crazy. there's violence. Other people would be panicking or sad or whatever, but you know, I'm giddy, happy as a clown. That is also very Harley. It's just another Tuesday for someone like her, right? Also, the color palette, the color tones for this one is darker than I think any of the other posters. It's darker than all the other posters. I think evocative of the fact that this image takes place, I think, at nighttime. This does, I think, evoke more of, I guess, the classic darker elements to Harley's character, right? You know, it seems like, you know, it's one big party, but when you look beneath the surface, you know, she's a criminal who's always on the wrong side of the law. There's a lot of darkness to that. But, you know, because she's crazy, you know, she's all smiles while, you know, she's dealing with the police. When most other people would be like, man, the crap's really hit the fan. This next one is a very, you know, strongly angled shot, kind of down up on her. It's very gold, very yellow, very garish, very over the top. But Harley Quinn is garish and over the top. What I think is striking is they have her stepping on some gum. That does make me think of like school, you know, kids sticking gum on things, misbehaving. You know, Harley Quinn's someone who misbehaves with the bright colors and, you know, the peppy attitude. I think of somebody in detention. That's just what I think of. You might think of something different. But, you know, Harley does have a very, like, mischievous child energy to her, which that's what this makes me think of. And also that she's stepping on gum. It also makes me think of, you know, it's like you or someone are people she scraped off of her shoe, so to speak. You know, Harley is bright and peppy, but she's not exactly that clean or innocent, right? And so a lot of this stuff, you know, there's brightness and she's smiling and stuff, but there's a lot of, you know, darkness and grittiness and edge to it. And, you know, there's badness, so to speak, beneath the surface, or pretty obvious floating up to the surface, not beneath it. But yeah, these are all great. I love the imagery. I love the vibrance, the artistry. They look great. My only concern is, you know, they're all Harley. Where's Black Canary and Huntress? However, as I said earlier in this video, there might be a method to this madness that the Flite Cast Twitter account helped me realize. I saw that tweet online. And that's when the light bulb went off. And I was like, okay, Harley's reeling you in. But once you see the movie, you know, Black Canary and Huntress will be in it enough. And they'll be featured so well and three-dimensionally where you can see how awesome they are. You know, in the fight scenes and with their personalities. So I hope so. I mean, I know this movie is going to be the Harley show. But I hope it's not so Harley-focused that it's like the other birds aren't in it that much or at all. And, you know, the Flite Cast helped me understand that maybe that's not what it is. And so I hope, you know, that tweet and his theory is right. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel because I appreciate your viewership. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.